Hey, artsy friends. Welcome to my third composition notebook art journal. This is a glow journal. This is where I take a cheap composition notebook and turn it into a lovely art journal. So this is my second to last page. I haven't finished the last page yet. And then when I'm finished with that, I will give a flip through both under the black light and in regular light. Okay, so this page I prepped with masking tape. And so if you are new here, I went and kind of prepared each layout with some kind of collage, or in this case, masking tape. So it just kind of gives it a different texture to work with. So whenever I use another artist as an inspiration point, I always want to make sure that I show you so that you can kind of see how I draw from other people's designs and kind of adapt it to make it my own. Because I think that a lot of artistry is kind of like a big game of telephone, like I kind of borrow some ideas from that piece that I just saw, and then I'm going to make my own spin on it, or my own creative adjustments or style or whatever, and then you might just see mine and take it and create your own spin on it. Does that make sense? So anyway, but I always want to give people credit if they were an inspiration to me. So this is something that I saw on Pinterest that kind of helped get me going in a particular direction on this page. So thank you, Antonia Spervova, if I'm saying that right, for the inspiration. Okay, so what you saw coming out of the green bottle is paint that glows under the black light. And so I put it in these glue bottles that have like a little needle nose tip so that I can kind of write with them on the page, as opposed to kind of like putting it down on a palette and using the brush that way. So it kind of works to write with them, but it's a little gloppy. So anyway, this whole book, it has not every single page, but most pages have something that glow under the black light. So that's kind of the theme of this journal. So I'm using some acrylic markers. As you can see, they're a little bit different. There's Posca markers, which are, tried and true. They're very opaque. They cover really well. So this was just kind of a set of acrylic markers that I got off Temu, and some of them work well. They dry out a little bit faster, but I'm trying to make sure that I don't ignore some of my tools. Like we can tend to gravitate towards our favorite colors and our favorite tools, but I think it's a good stretch of our creativity to go, okay, how can I use, some of these markers that I have been ignoring, because otherwise they just go to waste anyway. So it kind of satisfies that urge to justify your purchase by actually using the things that you buy. So in this case, it just gave me a better variety of colors. So, as you can see, I've got kind of warm colors on one side and cooler colors on the other side. And it's starting to remind me of a geode. Like, I love rocks. I could spend hours on a beach just like looking at all the individual, shapes and colors and marks on different kinds of rocks. And so it's always fun when you find some that are, have these fun, like, I guess, I don't know what the official geological term is, but, kind of like waves of kind of like a geode. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so here is the stage where I left it for a few days. First, I wanted to make sure that all my glow paint was fully dry because it takes a little bit longer to dry. And I edited out. I I had tried a few different quotes and filling in like the whole background, and I couldn't find. I just didn't like it. So anyway, I left it alone for a few days, and now I am writing my quote along the edge. And then I was just here deciding, do I want to use silver or gold or black? And then I thought, no, I'm going to stick with my color theme. And I'm just going to write each line kind of so that it will blend with my design that I've already got going on here. So make sure to dry things before you move on, especially when you know that your arm is going to be moving over it. I used to smudge all the time. I've gotten way better at making sure my paint is dry before I move on, or am a lot more careful as far as where I put my arm or my hand. So this is one of my favorite all-time quotes, and so I had to go back and try to look over my first two journals to see if I've already used it. I don't know. Surely I've already done this quote. It's one of my favorites. So if you're a longtime subscriber, if you've watched all my videos, maybe you're like, yeah, you've already done that one, Erin. But that's okay because it's my journal and I can do it as many times as I want. Haha. Okay, so I'll read you the quote. It is by Timothy Keller, and it is, "To be loved but not known is comforting but superficial. To be known and not loved is our greatest fear. But to be fully known and truly loved, well, it's a lot like being loved by God. It's what we need more than anything." Love it. Okay. Yeah, as you can see, that tea was still a little wet. I try to include some of my oopses for you so that you don't feel bad when you make oopses, because we all make oopses. Sometimes you can just take an oops and make something new out of it. But, if you smudge a letter, it's kind of nice, though, because before acrylic paint is dry, you can just wipe it off I think I saved it, right? Yeah. All right, so I'm just doing a little bit more detail around my beautiful wavy design. Okay, this was another point in this page where I kind of froze up a little bit because I kind of wanted to just leave it as is with just the plain masking tape kind of negative space in the back. But you know me, I just can't stop myself from adding more detail. I don't know what it is. I don't hate it. I don't know. Sometimes we're always our worst critic, right? We can look back and go, should I have stopped there and just left it blank? I'm kind of like, I think I don't love it that way. But maybe if I added some more dots, because, dots, you can never have too many dots. Maybe that would kind of make my little polka dot background better. So I laid down the silver first, and now I'm just going with my glow paint and adding little pink dots, and then I'm going to add some green dots, and that way it'll look more interesting under the black light too. So in the end, it looks good. Should I have left it alone? Maybe. I don't know. What do you think? I don't know. But you know, that's part of the whole creative process, is like, you can overanalyze everything or get kind of paralysis or whatever. It's just have fun, whatever. It's only paper, it's only paint. If you don't love it, you know, I don't know. It's just, don't get stuck. Just keep going. Just have fun. Okay, so there's my finished page. I wanted to show you again my inspiration piece and just how different it really is. It's not a copycat page, but it's definitely inspired. So anyway, that's just kind of how that works. And here's a shot of what it looks like under the glow light. Thanks for hanging out with me till the end. If you're still around, thank you for supporting me and my channel. And I hope that you enjoyed watching my process and that you'll come back and hang out with me again. And until then, I hope that you are fully known and fully loved, because you are.